Hi, this is a demo of GridCrowd on iPhone. GridCrowd is available as an iPhone and iPad app on App Store, as well as a website. GridCrowd allows you to follow your interests, hobbies, and passions all in one place in a fun, informative, and smart way. I'm going to launch it on the iPhone. It does ask for a Facebook login. Log into Facebook, accept the conditions. It'll then ask you to accept terms and conditions of this app, accept those. It'll then ask you to choose 3 favorite interests, hobbies, or passions. As an example, I'm going to select, let's say I'm into travel, food. Just as an example, I'll select hair and makeup. Save it. GridCrowd will automatically reconfigure to show those 3 favorite interests whenever you log in or whenever you use the app, and you'll see hair and makeup has appeared here. And you can scroll through. If you do click once, it'll remove the menus. You can scroll through and read these posts, and you can comment on them. And it'll go and pull more posts from the server the more you go down. I'm going to select the travel grid. We call it a grid or an interest. And you'll see here these are travel posts. And you'll see a post here on Ireland's Cliff House, and you'll see a post this is a welcome message saying that GridCrowd is about following interests, hobbies, and passions. For this post on Ireland's Cliff House, you see you can add a comment if you like, or you can press these buttons +1 Brainiac or +1 Good Info. Now, what you can do with a post is you can say, as a user, you can say this is a smart post by pressing +1 Brainiac, and it'll give it a higher score in terms of how smart it is. Or you can say +1 Good Info, meaning this post has really good information. And the more users that do this, the higher the score on how smart it is, which we call Brainiac, or how good the information is, which is on this post is 4. So let's say I say that this is good information as a user. I press that button and it raised it from 4 to 5. Now when other users, or even yourself when you're viewing travel, you can use these filters at the top to select what kind of posts you want to see first. You can say, show me the best information, the posts with the best information first, or show me posts that are the smartest first by pressing brainiest, and the best information you press best information, best info. But you can say, show me the brainiest or smartest post by pressing brainiest. Top overall posts, you can select that, and it shows the one with the highest overall ranking. Or you can say select by time or the latest first. I'm going to show you that feature in a minute, but I'm going to show you an extra feature on most interests have another selector here which is here and allows you to select the location. So as an example, let's say we're traveling to Bora Bora, or we're just interested in Bora Bora. We want to see travel but in relation to Bora Bora. So if I click on that selector, I can actually click on Bora Bora, the location, and all I'll see now is posts on Bora Bora, and you'll see there are 2. You can remove the menus. And you'll see this first post has a Brainiac score of 34 and a Good Info of 310. It's got very good information score. But the second post has a higher Brainiac score of 46 but less of Good Info. So people have rated the first one as very good info and the second one as really smart. So if I was to say, show me the smartest information on Bora Bora first, by pressing Brainiest, you'll see that the second post came up first. So users have said this post with these comments and other information is rated as really smart information. Or you can say, you can say, show me the best information on Bora Bora by pressing best information. And users have rated this as the best information, and it'll show all the posts in that order. And you can select latest. It happens to be this same post. I'm going to go back to all posts on travel. We call these grids. Travel is a grid, foodies is a grid, and hair and makeup, hence the name GridCrowd. And the last feature I'm going to show you is that you can actually, what we call plonk on a grid, which means post a new item on a grid. Similar to posting on a news feed. So what I'm going to do is on the travel high grid, I'm going to plonk a new item, and you get to set a subject. So you can, let's say it's about Bali, great beaches, awesome white sands. So Bali has great beaches, awesome white sands, and in this post you can actually put pictures in there as well. By pressing camera, you can actually take a picture. So if you were in Bali, you could take, right now, you could take a picture of a beach on Bali and it'll appear in your post. Or you can select photos, which means select from previous photos you've taken on this device from your photo album. Or you can select pick from web, which means you can actually browse the web. For example, you could browse a site on Bali beaches, and it'll allow you to select one of those pictures from that website and put it in the post. So you've got 3 ways. Now, before I plonk, what I'll do is I will select a picture of a beach. I have a Bali beach here. There's a picture of a Bali beach. It'll put it on our website, on the grid servers. And before I plonk on this travel grid, there's an option here to post on Facebook. If you leave it on, which is the default, your friends on Facebook will see this post about Bali beaches on Facebook in their newsfeed, and if they click on it, it'll bring them to GridCrowd and allow them to comment on this post and also to join GridCrowd so that they can also share on this interest of yours about travel. Right now I'm going to plonk it on the grid, and you'll see that the Bali beaches is now on the travel high grid, and all the users can see that. It doesn't have a Brainiac rating or anything. If I was to select one of these other selectors again, it'll show the Bora Bora ones, which happen to have very high ratings on best information and brains. So that's an example of using GridCrowd, and what I'm going to do now is show you that it's available on iPad, and you'll see here is how it looks on iPad, for example, and it's also available as a full-blown social website, which is very nice. If you type in www.md85g.com/crowd, once again www.md85g.com/crowd, it'll use the same credentials you had on your iPhone, and it'll actually show all 3 of your interests in one page and allow you to scroll through independently on those feeds. And you'll see here, if so it's very nice in that you can see 3 different feeds and you can plonk on them individually and sort of scroll through and pick up even more. What I'm going to show you lastly is just that this is the same information as we see on the phone, because if I click on latest, we should see that Bali post, which is the same as if I click over latest on here too. So and if I click on Brainiest, of course, we'll see that Bora Bora post, or the best information. That's it for GridCrowd. It is also available on Android at the same web location, www.md85g.com/crowd/dev.html, and soon it'll be an Android app. But it is on the iPhone and iPad at App Store. Search for GridCrowd. I hope you can try GridCrowd. It's really good for following your interests, hobbies, and passions, and it's quite powerful, I think. And all I can say is try the grid, get on the grid. Thanks a lot.